The Intergalactic Council chamber had witnessed countless debates over its 10,000-year history, but never one quite like this. Ambassador Thexal of the Caridian Empire stood before the assembled delegates, his crystalline form pulsing with barely contained frustration. The human conflict must end, he declared, his voice resonating through translation matrices. The Zurak swarm has superior numbers, superior technology, and controls 70% of the contested systems. By all civilized standards, humanity should have transmitted surrender protocols 3 cycles ago. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. The Zurak conflict had been mathematically resolved weeks ago. Every simulation, every strategic analysis, every probability matrix showed the same outcome: human defeat was inevitable. The only logical course was surrender, negotiation, and integration into the swarm's collective. Ambassador Sarah Chen, representing Earth's United Terran Coalition, remained seated, her expression unreadable. When Thexal finished, she rose slowly. With respect, Ambassador Thexal, she began, her voice calm, humanity appreciates the Council's concern. However, we will continue fighting. The chamber erupted. Delegates from 47 species clicked, buzzed, and resonated their disbelief. The Valorian High Scholar, Mireth, raised 3 of her appendages for attention. Ambassador Chen, perhaps you misunderstand the gravity of your situation. Your fleets are outnumbered 4 to 1. Your supply lines are compromised. Your colony worlds are blockaded. Surely your military command has submitted the casualty projections? They have, Sarah confirmed. Then you must see that continued resistance is illogical. What does your surrender protocol dictate for scenarios with less than 5% probability of victory? Sarah tilted her head slightly. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Your surrender protocol, Mireth said slowly, as if speaking to a child. The algorithmic framework that determines optimal surrender conditions. All spacefaring civilizations develop these parameters before they leave their home systems. What percentage of population loss triggers your capitulation response? The silence that followed was profound. We don't have one, Sarah said simply. Thexal's crystalline form flickered. You don't have, what? A specific percentage? Very well, is it based on territorial loss? Economic collapse? Military capability threshold? No, I mean we don't have a surrender protocol. At all. The chamber fell into shocked silence. It was Supreme Arbiter Krell who finally spoke, his ancient voice carrying the weight of millennia. Ambassador Chen, you cannot be serious. Every species in this council has surrender parameters. They are fundamental to civilized warfare. Without them, conflicts become. He paused, searching for the word, total. Yes, Sarah agreed. We call it total war. We're familiar with the concept. A plenary delegate's bioluminescence flashed with alarm. But that's barbaric. How do you prevent complete annihilation? How do you preserve your species? Sarah's expression hardened. We don't plan to lose. But you are losing. Thexal's frustration reached a breaking point. Your own tactical assessments confirm this. Our tactical assessments confirm we're losing right now, Sarah corrected. Not that we will lose. There's a difference. Mireth accessed her historical databases, her appendages moving frantically. I'm reviewing human history. This cannot be accurate. You fought wars that eliminated 90% of your populations and continued fighting? You've had cities destroyed and rebuilt them while the conflict was ongoing? You've had peace treaties after total victory or total defeat, but almost never negotiated surrenders? Sounds about right, Sarah confirmed. But why? The question came from a dozen delegates simultaneously. Sarah was quiet for a moment, choosing her words carefully. Because we learned something on Earth that maybe other species didn't. We learned that surrender doesn't guarantee survival. Sometimes the enemy doesn't want your surrender, they want your extinction. So we developed a simple philosophy: if we're going to die anyway, we might as well take them with us. That's insane, Thexal whispered. That's human, Sarah replied. The Zurak made a critical miscalculation. They assumed that because we're losing, we'd quit. But humans don't quit when we're losing. We get angry. We get creative. We get dangerous. She pulled up a holographic display. 3 days ago, the Zurak destroyed the civilian colony on New Terra, thinking it would break our will. Instead, our military recruitment tripled overnight. Yesterday, they captured one of our ammunition factories. Today, they discovered we'd rigged it with a delayed explosive that took out their entire command carrier. Tomorrow, we're planning something even worse. You're weaponizing your own defeats, Krell observed, horrified. We're adapting, Sarah corrected. We're outnumbered. We'll fight smarter. Outgunned? We'll fight dirtier. Out of options? We'll invent new ones. You want to know what happens when humanity faces impossible odds? Ask the saber-toothed tigers. Ask the Neanderthals. Ask the Black Death, or nuclear winter, or any of the 1,000 other things that should have killed us but didn't. She leaned forward, her eyes hard. The Zurak can have a negotiated peace where we both survive, or they can have total war where nobody does. But surrender? That's not on the menu. It never was. Humans don't have a surrender protocol because we never planned to use one. The council sat in stunned silence as Sarah sat down. Thexal's crystalline form had gone dim. Supreme Arbiter Krell finally spoke, his voice heavy with the weight of understanding.